everyone, welcome to the Captain Drone YouTube channel. My name is Steve, and yes, I'm still on vacation, but I'm out here today to review this brand new heli on the market. So this baby is called the E250 AH-64 Apache, and that E in the front means it's made for E-Machine. Now I'm going to take it out of this case. This is the carry case it comes in, but I'm going to tell you right now, it's a little pricey because it's high quality and extremely detailed. This is something you do not want to crash. So this case is obviously included. It's an aluminum case, very nice. And if I tip everything this way, you can see down here you have your remote and you have your huge Apache here. So the Apache is down here. I've taken it out of the box. It's pretty much ready to go. It is super high detailed. I know I've mentioned that once and I'm going to mention it again and probably many more times. I'm going to show you a lot of close-ups of this heli because it's mind-blowing how detailed it is. It's so detailed that it's one of those helis I really don't want to crash because it's not going to look like that after I crash it. The company does say the plastic on here is designed not to shatter, so if you crash it, it should just bend and flex and not shatter. Well, I don't know, I don't want to test that out. It is designed to look like the real Apache, so it's a 1/32 scale in miniature format. It's pretty decent. It's got a direct drive brushless motor right here, and it's got a direct drive brushless motor in the tail. It's using digital servos, the kind that you use on the pro helis that have a very fast response, high torque. Even the blades on top, you don't want to get your fingers near them because they are nylon and carbon fiber. Now when you buy it, you can get in the ready to fly kit. Comes in the case with all the batteries and the remote, or if you're already in the RC hobby, you can use your own radio like a Radio Master, whatever, or a Spectrum radio because it will accept those type of receivers. Flight time on this is not too bad. The included battery is proprietary, so you have to use the batteries that come with this. They are a 3S battery, 1800 milliamp, and you will get about 12 minutes of flight time if you take it easy. If you're aggressive, you're going to get less flight time. So who is this heli for? Well, it's for people like me or people in the RC hobby. If you are in the hobby and you fly something like DJI drones, and that's all you've flown in your life is DJI style drones, you know, GPS drones, you could fly this, but it might be a handful because there's no GPS and there's no optical flow in this. So when the wind blows, there's a wind right now, it's just going to blow away from you. However, if you're used to flying any type of drone where you can turn the GPS off, such as an FPV drone, that's how this flies. So if you have those skills, you can fly this. Now the good thing is, let me tell you, there's a new version coming out. It might even be out when you watch this video, and they stuck optical flow and GPS in it, and it's designed 100% for beginners with zero skills. All right guys, this is Steve from the future, and I have some important information for you. So the video you're watching right now is all about this guy, the E250, and it does not have optical flow on the bottom, and it does not have a GPS, so you require some skills to fly this baby. But if you have no skills to fly a helicopter, they finally have the F11 out. So this is the F11. This requires next to no skills to fly this because it has optical flow and GPS. Is my head in the picture someplace? So let me quickly take it out of the case and show you the difference between the two so you can identify them. So in this hand, I have the version with no optical flow, no GPS, and in this hand, I have the version with optical flow and GPS. And as you can see, when I bring them close, there is a slight color difference between the two. So this more green one here has no optical flow, no GPS, and this other one, which is a darker color shade of gray almost, does have the optical flow and the GPS. But the real giveaway is when you look at the bottom. Let me show you the big hole on the one with no optical flow or GPS. See right there? See that big hole where my finger's pointing? Now let me show you the one that has the high technology optical flow and GPS system. It's actually pretty cool. It's got like a laser height finder. It's pretty decent. I think it's LiDAR. It's right here. So there we go. It sticks right out. Don't know if the light can pick it up, but yeah, that's the unit right there. Both Apaches have the same level of detail, so whichever one you get, you're going to be super happy. Now, obviously, the one with more technology in it to put the GPS and the optical flow is going to cost you more than the one without. So the one without is designed for people already in the RC helicopter hobby that can fly RC helicopters, and the one with the GPS and the optical flow is more designed for beginners or people that fly DJI type camera drones with GPS and optical flow. All right, so let's go back to Steve and Jedi Steve, who are reviewing this baby, the one with no optical flow, no GPS, but it flies like stink. Wait until you see this. Check it out. So here's how this video is going to work. I have Jedi Steve coming out. He's never seen this Apache, so when he sees it, he's going to be super amazed. I hope so. Yeah, so the Apache, you've never seen it? I want to get your
I've
reaction.
never seen it in the flesh, no, and I'm looking forward.
Okay, go check it out.
Can I?
Yeah, you can touch it, you can manipulate it.
Very detailed, nice. Wow. Cannons and everything. Very nice.
I was telling the viewers that it doesn't look like a heli I'd like to crash because I don't think I could repair it.
No, there's a lot of little not moving parts, but a lot of little detailed parts that, yeah, you'd never find in the grass, whatever, if you break it. But man, it's detailed. It's beautiful. So
you've seen the other ones. You've seen like the E200S and those type of helis. What do you think this one compared to those?
This takes it to an even higher level of details.
Great.
Well, let's fly it, Steve.
Let's fly it. Now, if you bought yourself the Blackhawk, which came out in previous years, you may be wondering if the Apache is the same size. Well, no, the Apache is actually a bigger helicopter than the Blackhawk. You'll notice that the Apache sits higher and has a longer fuselage, so overall, it's a bigger helicopter. All right, we're almost ready to fly. So Jedi Steve is here and I am on vacation. So I'm just gonna be filming and I'm gonna let Jedi Steve fly and I will film him and I'll get him to make some comments what he thinks about this baby. Here we go. Steve, you're all set? Power on.
All right.
So what Steve's doing is there's a little button on the bottom and he's just gonna press it. There we go, hold it in and you see a bunch of green lights. There we go. And he's all set to go. Crank her on anytime.
Yeah, I'll take off on the safest position, I guess, the most stable. So normal mode, so not acro mode, 6G, low rate, and that's it.
This is the maiden flight of this baby. It's never been flown out of the box. There we go. So Steve's got it in stabilized mode. I'm just gonna zoom in so I can get some shots of this baby going. Wow. So how does it fly in stabilized mode?
So far, very good. Like, it's not a GPS lock or of any sort, but it's nice and stable.
Please note that we did place an Insta360 Go-To camera on the Apache so that we could obtain some in-flight footage. All right, Steve is in 6G mode.
Camera on.
Stabilized. We got a little camera on the bottom. All right, if you spin it around, could you spin around and look at yourself?
Yeah.
As best you can, and the camera on the bottom will catch you and I. There we go. It definitely has me. Ooh, I like that shot. Because now I can see all the weaponry on it.
Yeah.
When you had it.
You got a lot of guns.
A lot of guns. All right, Steve, do some circles or figure eights. So what do you think?
Nice. Like, I'm looking forward to flying it completely
manual?
Manual, yeah.
I'm just checking it out as you're flying it here in stabilized mode. It seems very, very stable.
Yeah, like I say, it's not as stable as if you'd had GPS on it, but it's still very manageable.
I will say it looks pretty cool, pretty sexy in the air.
Yeah, it's a good looking bird for sure. Yeah, she looks sharp, that's for sure.
Yeah, it looks good. So if anybody's wondering, I don't know how I'm editing this video. Steve right now is still flying in stabilized mode.
Yep.
We're just testing out to see how it flies, and it seems to be flying extremely smooth.
So you ready for some
manual mode?
Manual mode.
All right, hang on a sec. Anytime, go manual.
Full manual now.
Smooth transition, and now of course you got more speed, you got more control. Whoa, and it's harder to catch in the camera. All right, so in manual mode, your thoughts?
Yeah, it's pretty good. You definitely have to fly it a little more. It's not helping you much, but at the same time, it's once you have experience, it's not a hard helicopter to fly at all.
This is the point I lose track of Steve because he's too fast. So now, since there's a camera on it, go as fast as you want. It is fast. It's like, man, that's buzzing over. I can barely follow with this camera on the ground. Crazy man pilot. So in manual mode, Steve, what do you think?
Nice and maneuverable. I didn't fly it upside down or anything because, like I said earlier, I don't think that looks right, but I'm sure she can do it. And she's plenty fast for, again, for a scale bird, so I'm liking it.
See if you can super bank it. You got some good banking going on now.
It's pretty banky now.
Maybe not that much. You can see the little camera on the bottom.
Try not to smash the camera.
That's okay. The wheels extend farther than the camera. It's good. There you go. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. So, do you want Santa to bring you one for Christmas?
Yes, of course. Please, Santa.
The flying is done, and the next thing I want to show you is what comes in the box if you buy this baby. Check this out.
The Apache helicopter arrives in a beautiful aluminum carry case. Inside that carry case, you'll find the Apache, the radio, the batteries, and all the accessories. The first two items would be the user manual for the Apache and the user manual for the radio. The included batteries are 3-cell batteries at 1800 milliamp hours. Each battery has an external voltage port to attach an FPV camera or an external light. A battery charger is included, complete with power supply. To charge the battery, simply push it into the charge cradle. The ready-to-fly kit includes a radio transmitter. You can see that my radio transmitter is a mode 2 with the throttle stick on the left. The radio transmitter is powered by 4 AA batteries, not included. You can select 6G stabilized flight or 3D manual flight with this switch. You can select high and low head speed with this switch, and you can lock and unlock the motors with this switch. The Apache arrives almost fully assembled. You will need to install the missiles, guns, rockets. They just click into place. To insert the battery into the heli, you simply slide it into position and then press down until it clicks into place. A full set of spare blades is included, as well as a brand new tail rotor. Additional rubber tires are included, and so are tools and a pile of screws. And finally, you do receive additional stickers. The Apache with a battery has a takeoff weight of 560 grams.
All right, you're back to us, and we'll give you our final thoughts. For myself, watching this from the point of view of the camera, Steve flew it really well. It flew super good in 6G mode, which is a stabilized mode, but you still have to control it because the wind will push from side to side.
For sure.
And for up and down, it does stay pretty stable, but you saw it was moving up and down. Although that just means that if you're used to flying any type of drone where there's no GPS in the drone, you could probably fly this in 6G.
Yep.
When it came to manual mode, that means this whole heli can bank to the side and bank so much that it can flip upside down, and you will crash it into the ground if you don't know what you're doing. So Steve, I'm just going to ask you your final thoughts on this. I know I've asked you many times during the video.
Yep.
Would you buy this heli for somebody like you with your skills?
With my experience, if you're into scale helicopters, for sure. I mean, it's such a looker. It's very, very nice looking. It flies great. No surprises really. They all fly very good now. But is it a good first helicopter? I would say no, because you land this hard one time, or you crash it even once. It's going to be so many parts that you have to glue back on that you're gonna be all discouraged after that. So get good with a simpler copter, and then buy this, and it's such a looker. It's
I guarantee every time I make videos on helicopters that require some skill, the people who will poo-poo it or say that's so expensive or whatever are the people who don't fly these type of helis. So below the comments below, you will see a lot of people poo-pooing this, going, that's too expensive, that's insane. But for the people like Jedi Steve, who flies helicopters all the time, he can fly in manual mode. This thing is awesome.
Super detailed.
Yeah, so you know, he's the audience. If you're a DJI Mavic pilot or anything like that, you're not the audience for this.
Or wait for is there a GPS version?
Yes, I was mentioning that at the beginning of the video. There is a GPS optical flow version coming out, and it should be out hopefully this month. Might even be out as this video is on. And if it is, I will put links to it below. That is designed for DJI Mavic and Mini pilots. It will just fly like a DJI Mavic.
Or beginners, right?
Or beginners. Well, I say beginners because there's no skills required to fly,
fly
drones with
almost
GPS.
itself.
Yeah, they fly themselves.
Yeah.
So it will fly itself. So that's the one you want to watch for if you're a beginner. And you will still get the perfect scale heli. It's exactly the same, except it has all that technology in it. So that's a bonus. I'm glad they make something like that, because even something like that would be nice for me, because I could turn away and talk to somebody while I'm flying. This, I can't take my eyes off it when I'm flying. So I guess our final thoughts are, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, it's awesome. It looks highly detailed. I've never seen anything this detailed before. It is a little pricey. It's definitely not for super beginners. You got to have some skills, but
once you get there and you get one of them, you're just gonna, even just looking at it, you'll enjoy it.
I know, it's so awesome. All right, guys, the links to everything we talked about is below. You can check it out, and as I mentioned, you can get it in the ready to fly kit. And for the pros out there, they already know you can, if you have your own RC hobby radio, you can bind to that thing. All right, guys, thanks for watching this video. If you have questions on this heli, post them below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I will catch you in a future video with many more cool reviews. Until then, I say bye.